Good evening, Tutor Jairo Gutierrez de Piñeres. My name is Nelson Hernando Leguizamo. I belong to the program of Bachelor in Teaching English as a Foreign Language. Well, as the activity guide reads, we have to make a video about the test, the international test we decided to work on. And as you can see, I decided to work with the Toeic International Exam. Well, I'm going to start by answering the questionnaire proposed in the activity guide. There we find 6 questions. Question number 1 is, what is the purpose of the exam? TOEIC, Test of English for International Communication, is an English language test designed specifically to measure the everyday English skills of people working in an international environment. This means that the test points at grading the test taker's abilities to face eventual items related to office performance at all levels, existing in up-to-date companies that deal with thousands of business and independent nature in many parts of the world. Question number 2. What kind of people can take this exam? As TOEIC exam is designed for labor environments, it can be taken by university undergraduate students seeking for job opportunities, professionals looking for better jobs conditions, professionals who want to grow up in companies they work for, employees in search of promotions, executives who might be required to demonstrate English language skills. Question number 3. What is the main goal of the exam? TOEIC exam allows more than 10,000 companies in the world to certificate and validate the candidate's English level to be certified through a very serious and accurate English language certifier, which is ETS, Educational Testing Service, in submission of TOEIC. ETS mission reads the following. Our mission is to help advance quality and equity in education by providing fair and valid assessments, research, and related services. Our products and services measure knowledge and skills, promote learning and performance, and support education and professional development for all people worldwide. Question number 4. What are the most significant characteristics of the exam? TOEIC exam itself is not to be approved or failed. TOEIC scores are given by percentage from a scale of 10% to 100%. TOEIC listening and reading test consists of 2 equally graded tests of comprehension assessment activities, totaling a possible 990 score. TOEIC speaking and writing test comprises tests of pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, fluency, oral coherence, and structure organization of sentences, totaling a possible 400 score. TOEIC certifies 5 English levels according to the CEFRL Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1. TOEIC validity results are extended for a period of 2 years. Question 5. What skills are evaluated through the exam? As described in question 4, these are the skills evaluated by TOEIC: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Question 6. Give a clear and wide explanation about the type of questions the exam has. What is the score you can get, the lowest score, and the highest one? Give an explanation about the possible results. Well, on this part of my work, I divided the 4 skills in these sections. The first section is the listening test. A small description of the test is given here. It's composed of 100 questions and divided in 4 parts. Part 1 is photos, 20 questions. Part 2, questions response, 30 questions. Part 3, short conversation, 30 questions. Part 4, short talks, 30 questions. In the reading test section, we will find 100 questions again, and it's divided in 4 parts. Continuing with part 5, incomplete sentences, 40 questions. Part 6, error recognition, 20 questions. Part 7, reading comprehension, 40 questions. Part 8, double passages. Well, the next section is the speaking test. According to this information we see here is for 20 minutes. The test is taken online and your voice is recorded and sent to be marked. Scores arrive in 3 to 4 weeks. You have to do the following tasks. 1. Read the paragraph aloud. Tests pronunciation. 2. Describe a picture. Tests vocabulary, grammar. 3. Respond to recorded questions. Tests fluency, extended discourse. 4. Propose a solution. And 5. Express an opinion. And the final skill is the writing test. It takes about 60 minutes to be developed. Well, the information we receive here is that the test is taken online and sent to be marked. Scores arrive in 3 to 4 weeks. You have to do the following tasks. Write sentences about pictures, write an email response, and write an essay. Well, after explaining the component of the parts of the listening, of the reading, and the speaking and writing section, I have entered to a web page where we can practice some exercises if we want to succeed taking this exam. Well, as you can see here on the screen, I am trying to enter to the listening section. I'm going to select part 1, photos, 20 questions. I need to clarify that the volume and the microphone of this computer and the web page are not getting into a nice tune, so probably you will not be able to understand the speech you will hear, but this is just to validate the part of listening with the encounters with photographs. Let's listen or try to listen what she says.
Question 1. Both people are standing up. The patient is younger than the doctor.
It takes a little bit to
The
hear.
doctor is talking with the patient. The doctor is listening to the patient's heart.
Well, after the options according to the exam, so the student or the test taker has to select A, B, C, or D. According to this exercise, the correct answer is C. The doctor is speaking with the patient. Down here, we can select one more question and we can activate the button here for the listening part.
Question 2.
Exercise 2.
A. The business is very successful.
It takes time to load.
The people are all very tired. The meeting is not going well.
It takes time. Well, I would say that the correct answer is B. And see, it's quite similar according to the picture, but I'm going to select response B. Haha, it's not correct. This one is correct.
The people are talking to each other.
Okay, this is some example of the exercises we can take when we are facing this exam. Now I am back here on the main page of the web page. Now for the section reading. I told you before that this section is composed of 4 different parts. I'm going to select part 5, incomplete sentences. Well, this time the test taker has to read the information given and he has to select in 4 options the correct one. So the answer is the report showed that overall prices are up 3.1%, and the options we have here. Let's see. I would say in the following, no. During the last, correct. Sometimes these kind of questions are tricky, as I explained in the platform, because we have to be very concentrated on the answer the creators of this exam wants the test takers to make the decision, right? So you can see that in the platform. Well, let's select a new question. While the stock was checked, while the stock check has been checked or was being checked, the staff worked in the evenings. Was checked. No. Was being checked. That's right. So we have to stop and think. Sometimes we don't have enough time to coordinate the ideas when we are taking this test. And I repeat, this kind of test is tricky anyway. All right. Well, now I jump into this section about the scores and results, because in the web page there is no chance for any person to practice writing or speaking, and because of the time that is getting shorter, I only have 15 minutes to make this video, I'm going to speak about the scores and results. Well, as we can see here on the screen, we have the listening and reading sections with a total description of the skills and the numbers that composes the final marks. As many answers the students get the right answer, they will get the most points, but tricky anyway. Also here in the speaking and writing we can see the scales, and the final report we can find here the abilities to use English language scope. Well, the Toeic reading and listening test gives a score between 10 and 990. So we have the scales 10 to 180, no useful proficiency, 185 to 250, memorized proficiency, 255 to 400, elementary proficiency, 405 to 600, elementary proficiency plus, 605 to 780, limited working proficiency, 780 to 900, working proficiency plus, 905 to 990, international proficiency. Well, tutor, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you very much and goodbye.